Hello and welcome to the Marist Sports Recap brought to you by Rivs Class. I'm Emmanuela Panepinto alongside Aidan Lavin. Aidan, what do we have for our show today?
We've got a lot on today's show. We have 2 MAC tournament games, one from men's soccer and one from women's volleyball. We also have men's conference play opener with men's basketball, as well as a women's basketball season opener with their new head coach.
And first we'll be taking a look at men's soccer at the MAC tournament.
Men's MAC soccer tournament, Ryder Marist, Ryder's leading goal scorer Barbacar DNA gave the Bronx a quick start with a top corner strike, and Ryder would not look back, scoring again in the 38th minute off the foot of Momo Diop to take a 2-0 lead. Second half, more Ryder dominance. Luke Karolinko grounds the ball past Luca Buffon, 3-0 Ryder. 83rd minute, Jared Julo draws a foul inside the box, and he would score his 5th goal of the season, past goalkeeper Adam Salama, who finished with 5 saves. Marist, the first to be eliminated on Ryder's championship run. Ty, what do you have for us?
So I'm here with Albion Bacaj, and we're doing an interview for our project.
Firstly, thank you for inviting me down here. I really appreciate it.
Of course. So you guys experienced a loss to Ryder, who eventually went on to win the MAC. Reflecting on the game, what do you think were the key factors that contributed to the team's first-round exit?
I don't think we were mentally there. On the day, anyone can win. That's how the MAC conference is, so it was a difficult one to swallow.
You scored your first goal, your first collegiate goal
Yeah.
against St. Peter's this year. What was that experience like for you and your team?
Yeah, it was a great one. It was a great feeling. Scoring my first collegiate goal, it was a special moment that I'll never forget. And I'm very grateful and glad that I was able to help the team. Ended up winning the game 2-1. My goal was the second goal. So, I mean, a goal like that, maybe we don't clinch the MAC playoffs at all. So I'm just very grateful and beyond just, happy to score and make the difference and put my team through.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thank you for your time, Albie. Appreciate
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ty, for that excellent interview with Albion. It really gave me some insight onto what men's soccer might look like next year. Now coming up, we have women's volleyball in the MAC tournament.
The first round of the MAC tournament matchup of 6-seeded Iona versus 3-seeded Marist. Marist up 2-1 in the 4th set. At 19-18, Iona's Ezzie Thompson tips to an open spot to start a 3-point Iona run. Iona won the set to force a 5th and game-deciding set. With Iona up 8-7, Ava de Guzman spiked home a point at the start of a dominant 5-point run, with Marist hanging on for dear life behind Sasha van der Merwe a powerful spike to start a 4-point run. But Iona's Jen Soto ended the Red Foxes season, finding a back line for a 15-12 set and 3-2 game winner. For the second year in a row, Marist exits in the first round as a top seed.
So I'm here with Claire Lewis on the volleyball team. Unfortunately, you guys experienced that heartbreaking loss to Iona. Reflecting on the series, what do you think were the key factors that contributed to the team's first-round exit?
Both teams played really hard. I mean, it went back and forth sets, but I think that what really contributed to our loss was just the highs and lows. We had really high highs, and then we got really low lows, which allowed too many runs, and you can't really do that in volleyball because momentum is everything. And Iona wouldn't let anything hit the floor, which was hard to beat.
What positives can the team take away from this playoff experience, and how do you think it's going to contribute the team's growth moving forward?
Right before the tournament, I felt like we were the most of a team we were all season. You could feel the love in the locker room right before we started, and how much it hurt after really showed how much we all loved each other, especially for all the seniors. It was a hard loss.
Mm-hmm. Looking ahead, what aspects of the game do you think the team needs to work on in the offseason?
I think we need to focus on our individual skills, throughout positions, and also just becoming more of a team. It's hard in the fall when you're all competing for playing time. Hard to look at the big picture of being family. So I think that'll be a main focus in spring.
And the last question, kind of a personal question for you. You recently reached 1,000 assists. What was that like for you to reach that milestone? How did that feel?
I mean, yeah, it's what a lot of setters look forward to do every season, so it's really cool to reach that. And also it was cool to reach it with Jordan. It was my 1,000th assist to her 1,000th kill, so it was cool to experience that together.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Claire. Appreciate it.
Congratulations on that tremendous milestone, Claire, and thank you, Ty, for that wonderful interview. Now we'll head over to men's basketball for a championship rematch of last season.
Men's basketball MAC conference play opens with a rematch of last season's tournament final between Marist and Iona. Cam Ferris, early basket for the Red Foxes, but Iona's press caused problems all game. Iona's leading scorer, Aidan found Weza Ponzo for an early Gales 3, and Dylan Saunders would extend Iona's lead to 6 off a nice feed from Greg Gordon. Under a minute to go, Javon Cooley steps into a 3 to put Marist up 25-24. Cooley went 2 for 3 from deep in the game, but Marist only shot 26% as a whole. Starting the second half with a Jaden Collins basket, Collins finished with a career-high 16 points a few possessions later, Cooley in the post to bring Marist within 1 with 12 to go. Jeremiah Quigley responded the next possession to put the Gales back up 3 in a back-and-forth battle. Minutes later, from the wing, Josh Pasquarelli hits a 3 to tie the game at 41. He finds himself open for a second straight basket in the corner this time. Iona's Gene Arangaran slowed Marist growing momentum with a jumper of his own, and now with Marist up 6, Isaiah Brickner finds Trey Salton wide open to give them a 54-46 lead. Trey Salton once again with a nice fadeaway J. Marist now leading 57-48. Jaden Collins reverse layup to give Marist their biggest lead at 10. Iona would not go away though, and Gordon began his takeover, grabbing his own miss and going up strong to close the gap to just 4 with 3 to go. Nice spin move, part of his personal 7-point run, which ended with an and one to give Iona their first lead since the 12-minute mark of the second half. Marist head coach John Dunn proceeded to call a timeout and drew up the play of the game. Collins connecting with Brickner for an emphatic lob and finish. Dunn talked about the play post-game.
I kind of knew it was going to be there. I just didn't know if he was going to throw it, you know.
Marist's 19th turnover of the game found Ponzo wide open, but he comes up short on the 3. Iona keeps possession alive though, and Aidan Tretut with 7 seconds left makes his move and the ball goes out of bounds off his knee. 2 Cooley free throws finished off Marist's 68-64 win over Iona, their first at Iona since 2013. Ty, what do you have for us?
So I'm here with Max on the basketball team. You guys won a nail-biter against Iona last week. That was kind of the big game around here. You had 8 points, 3 assists, and a block. What was that experience like, and how good did it feel to get the job done?
Iona, that was a great game. Just hearing from last year how losing to them in the championship was definitely a heartbreaker for sure. So, and just seeing them raise the banner, that just put like fire in my eyes. And I wasn't even here last year, but I felt like the intensity. I'm like, we gotta get this one at their house. I feel like there's no better feeling than that.
Definitely.
Start off the MAC.
And the final question we'll wrap up with. So your team has kind of a challenging schedule coming up towards the end of this month, including a game against Notre Dame, which is huge. What do you think you guys have to do to get ready for that and to work on?
Definitely just taking it one game at a time right now, and just focusing on this Dartmouth game for sure. They're going to be tough to play, so just focusing each game one game at a time, and just trying to dominate our game plan every time, and just limit certain things when we play, and just making sure we stay together.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Max. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ty, for that interview with Max. He's off to a real strong and efficient start this year. And now we move on to women's basketball, where head coach Erin Dowdy makes her season debut.
For the first time in 21 years, the women's basketball team has a new head coach following Brian George's retirement. Erin Dowdy made her debut as head coach against Reese Erickson and the Army Black Knights. The Red Foxes came into the season with 2 All-MAC first-team selections, Kiara Fisher and Zaria Shazer. The game opened with a Fisher assist to Jackie Pittick, hitting her first of 4 threes in the game. Army's Kaya Smith responded with a 2 down low, but was outdone by Georgetown transfer Morgan Lee splashing a 3 the following possession. Fisher and Pittick would connect minutes later for another Pittick 3 to give Marist a 9-6 lead midway through the first quarter. Fiona Hastick closed the lead to 1 with a strong drive and finish and again scored. Hastick struggled the rest of the game, going 3-11 from the field. Fisher recorded her 3rd assist of the quarter on a kickout to Kira Crocker and finished with 10 assists. Moving on to the second, Marist down 2. Katie Cunningham does it all herself, making a nice move to tie the game at 20. Under 7 left in the first half, Fisher again finds an open teammate, and Crocker converts to start a 13-2 run. Shazer gets in on the action with her second basket of the game, growing the lead to 6, and finished with a team high of 21 points. The Fisher-Pittick connection cannot be stopped as the senior finds the sophomore for another 3-pointer for a 29-22 Red Fox lead. We go late into the third quarter, 52-48 Marist. Shazer finds Katie Cunningham, who finishes through contact to convert an and one, putting Marist up 55-48. In the fourth, Marist still leads 61-56. Fisher finds Pittick again as she drains the corner 3. Marist now up 8 under 5 minutes to go in the game. Erickson makes it behind the back to keep the Black Knights in it. Trinity Hardy followed her teammate up with a nice Euro. Army now trolls 64-60. With a minute 45 left, 64-62 Marist, Shazer sinks a middle to extend the lead to 4. Dowdy's squad ran away with the game in the last minute to record her first win in a 76-68 victory. Now let's take a look at the women's basketball current MAC standing.
Lots of season to go with the winter just getting started. I'm excited to see how Coach Erin Dowdy's squad continues to develop with her at the helm. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to a great season for both men's and women's basketball. For Aidan, Lavin, I'm Emmanuela Panepinto. Thank you for watching.